putting this on today. It's an honor to be in a room with so many business leaders and especially the entrepreneurs here. We're kind of a special group amongst ourselves, and it's an honor to be in front of all of you. Today, I'm interested in telling you a story. What Apple did years ago when they invented the smartphone, we are bringing on an enterprise level to all things healthcare, harnessing holographic and AI sciences and being able to distribute that as a communications platform, not only designed to generate profits for our investors, but also I think we can help all of our entrepreneurs here in the room. So if there's something that we review today that resonates with you, feel free to go ahead and email me through the app, and we'd love to collaborate on ideas that could be pertinent to help your organization. We are introducing the first ever medical hologram business, if you will. So what you see in front of you is an example along the lines of what you would have as Netflix at home. Hospitals, universities, pretty much all of our clients will now have for the first time to be able to harness a library of holograms, which could be simulations, situations, education, and especially our live beaming technology, which we'll get into in a moment. We launched about 7 months ago or so and have been featured on nearly 200 media outlets, literally worldwide. A sample of our deck here is available for you if you would like it. So on this page, we were featured on CNBC, which was quite a bit of our initiation to the business community. Our first deployment was with the University of Central Florida, and they opened the pathway to all things hologram with respect to healthcare education throughout physical therapy, athletic training, a number of different programs that they have, nursing. What we are doing with our success there is now scaling it not only to academia, but pretty much many, many verticals that we'll share with you today. The video on your right, which unfortunately I cannot play for you today, but is available to you, is a snapshot of a live beam. It was a keynote from Perth, Australia to Orlando, Florida. It was in a room, probably larger than this. Our device was here on the stage, as you can see, and we delivered and executed a beautiful keynote address using our technology. What this allows us to do or to bring or introduce into healthcare is the ability for you to be in more places than one. So if you always wish, gee, I could be in 2 places at once, 3 places at once, you can now be in unlimited places at once. So if you can imagine what that can do for you entrepreneurs as far as your sales, your training, your onboarding, a number of different things. Our platform is one size fits all, and I think it's pretty exciting what you would be able to come up with it. As you see here are our target markets. Healthcare education, the government. We're opening our first partnership with our first federal agency coming up. On telemedicine, we have studies going on right now that will be rolling out, and we have a couple of international deals already pending. I touched on the HealthFlix app. That's our app store, if you will, for all things hologram. That's your library. You can use it forever, anything you wish. We have introduced the first conversational AI. Imagine that we're simulating FaceTime and we're able to provide on-demand information, wellness information to complement any sort of healthcare treatments that the patients may be under doctor's care. What you see in front of you is the M, and this is a tabletop version of our hologram machine, which you saw before earlier. 2 days ago, this device won Best in Show for connecting people at South by Southwest. It's really amazing. So from a portability standpoint, the tabletop version coupled with our larger enterprise device is really a perfect complement to each other as far as communications, being able to essentially accomplish what you want. Our product line. So our product line is our Epic device, the Mini, which you see, and then we'll talk about the recording studio for a minute. You know, it used to be, and this was just when we started the business, that you had to get in front of a 4K camera in order to transmit as a hologram. What you're able to do this year is literally beam yourself from a mobile phone into one of these devices. If you can imagine what that can do for rural care, if you can imagine what it can do for patients that cannot get to a clinic or any sort of areas of opportunity that you can think of. What's been a common denominator for us as we've been having meetings, it's been 7 months, we've been pretty quick, is that all of our meetings, everyone has been able to introduce their own creativity. So we don't force you to use the device one way or another. Literally, if we all met independently in the next room, everyone here present and listening would be able to have a different idea on how to use the technology. That's our business advantage. So we launched over in July. As I mentioned, we've been featured on quite a bit of media. We have a strategic alliance with a company called Portal, which is now Proto, which is our manufacturer. We have a strategic alliance with the University of Central Florida, which is the largest university in the United States and is our production arm. So what that means is we can customize and produce, kind of like your own movie studio, anything you wish, all hologram. So you don't have to produce these things. We are also in the content business as well. Our R&D applications for medicine, telemedicine is starting in April. Our first scientific results in education and nursing is going to be unveiled in June. And our first federal contract with respect to a partnership will be starting this summer. So a lot of ground we did in 6 or 7 months. That's why we're quite happy. As far as the business, we have a hardware sale, which I touched on, and then most of our business is going to be essentially licensing and sales as a subscription, or service as a subscription. So what that means for us is that our business going forward is quite evergreen, and it continues to grow, and our profit margins, our EBIT, will continue to follow as well. Right now, there is a single shareholder, that's me. If you see the numbers in front of you as far as what we'll do this year, this was built in about 30 days ago. We're going to exceed those numbers. The ask that we have is $1 million, and that will essentially increase our profits and our revenue going forward. But what I want to be able to convey to you today is that everyone listening here and everyone that is scaling up a business, all of the learners, all of us here in this room, is digesting information in different ways, like YouTube and TikTok and all these different social media outlets. And this is why our hologram sciences is particularly effective. I'm out of time. Thank you for listening. It's been my joy today.